Authority, Chief Meteorologist Jesse Walker.
Welcome back, everybody. We're looking out into the Atlantic. It has been a pretty quiet season so far. We have Ana early on that made landfall there as a tropical storm around Myrtle Beach. Bill, which actually came up into this area and brought us some rain back in early June. But overall, the Atlantic has been pretty quiet with the tropical season. We have a system down here, though. If you look, you'll see that spin right there. It's not a real strong storm, but it is technically a hurricane. Its name is Danny. Hurricane is 80-mile-per-hour winds right now, 75, 74. You got to get up in that range before it becomes a hurricane. So it's a low-end Category 1. Well, I'll step out of the way and show you. This is going to move over towards the islands, the Virgin Islands and Puerto Rico with time. There's the islands, and right there's Puerto Rico. So it passes just south of Puerto Rico, as you can see, by next Tuesday as a tropical storm. It'll weaken, and it probably carries up over the higher elevations here. So it's not anything we're majorly concerned about, but it could impact the Virgin Islands and Puerto Rico, and maybe eventually the remnants of this gets into the Gulf of Mexico. But again, that's several days down the road. Overall, the tropics have been pretty quiet, which is pretty normal on an El Nino type year, and that's what we have going on there. El Nino tends to rip those things apart out there in the Atlantic Ocean. 77 the high today, 57 the low, so these numbers are below average. 102 back in 1936, 48 the record low. We set that in 1950. No rainfall. Actually, we've been kind of dry at the station, less than an inch so far this month in the River Stage in Terre Haute, about 7.5 feet, slowly going down. Sunrise tomorrow morning, 7:07 Eastern, goes down at 8:38. We've dropped down now to 13 hours and 31 minutes of daylight for the valley tomorrow. At the airport in Terre Haute right now, we're at 77. The winds are out of the northwest at about 7 miles per hour. But look at the relative humidity, only at 37%. The dew point, anything below 60 is pretty comfortable, 49. So we got a really nice air mass, which has moved in across the valley. Temperatures are in the 70s all across the valley, 78 down there in the Vincennes area. You take a look at these dew point numbers. Again, anything below 60 feels really nice, and we're talking about upper 40s to lower 50s. So a fall touch to the air. And the reason for that, the storm that came through yesterday with a cold front has brought in the cooler and the drier air. And if you look out west, there's really nothing going on. Way up here, if you look way up here, that's our next potential system as we head for Sunday. But until then, things look fine. There's nothing going on tonight. What few clouds we've had, those will diminish. We're looking at a completely clear night tonight, courtesy of high pressure. The high pressure will move overhead. Clear tonight, a lot of sunshine tomorrow. Eventually tomorrow we start to see more of a southeast breeze. So today we're in the upper 70s. Tomorrow we're in the lower 80s. The same thing on Saturday. Now, I talked about that cold front way up there in Canada. Saturday later in the day, it comes down across the Plains states, so we're okay Saturday, but by the time we get into Sunday, then chance maybe of a few showers and storms. I don't think it's anything real significant, though, because there's not going to be a lot of moisture to work with. But if you take a look at the rainfall forecast, by later in the day Sunday, we start to see some rain out west, and some of that could move in here. So right now we're talking dry weather till about Sunday. That's the next chance of rain with the front. There it is on Sunday. Right now, I don't think it's anything significant. Behind that, cooler and dry weather for Monday, Tuesday, right into Wednesday and Thursday of next week. So here's your forecast for tonight then. Things look good. Clear skies out there. Temperatures kind of cool tonight. We drop down into the mid-50s at 55. Then for tomorrow, we've got some sunshine back in the forecast, 82, so a little bit warmer. Then for tomorrow night, we'll drop back down to about 58 with fair skies, and temperatures stay in the lower 80s as we head for the weekend. Maybe a few scattered showers or storms Sunday afternoon. I don't think it's significant. And behind that, more nice weather as we head into next week. So all looking good. And of course, tomorrow looking good for some football weather.
And speaking of football, Jason Pinsky's here, and we're talking about the